hit this again, you say? And we're live. Greetings, family. Welcome to another one of your Frank 26 YouTube videos, what I call my UB2Bs. It's good to be with you again. It is the 2nd of October, 2019. Is it 2019?
Yes.
Okay. And it's good to be with everyone, no doubt. Listen, as always, before we start, I need to establish the ground rules. And the ground rule is that we don't offer a date. We don't offer a rate. Okay? I saw where some gurus, 2 or 3 of them were saying, Frank called it, Frank called it. No, Frank don't call nothing. So, this is my home, this is my YouTube, and this is where we establish the rules. We don't give a date, we don't give a rate. Isn't that right, guys? Huh? Isn't that right? Now, I know, you know, that you go to these other sites, okay? That's okay. Now, do me a favor. When you go there, can you defend me? Can you back me up? I will say, let me see if I can find it. Oh dear, it's buried in all these notes. Ah, here it is. I will say this to Paul Gonzalez. Is that the name that we saw? Paul, to Paul Gonzalez, to Denise Smotek. No, yeah, T-E-K is tech. S-M-O would be Smotek. Yeah. Denise Smotek, and to Misty Arend, A-R-E-N-D-T, Arend. That sounds about right, Jen? Oh, Misty, that's the lady that, and her husband, right? That she said, yeah, I remember that lady. You 3? I'm sent many communications at, there's no, I don't need to show you, but I was sent, I was sent information about what other gurus were saying, and underneath, I see where people are posting, and they're like, oh, you don't know Frank. You don't know Frank from Jack. Shut up. I'm like, yo. No. Again, may God forgive me, because to be honest with you, I make it about myself, and I'm sorry about that. But the human side of me, you know, who doesn't love a cheerleader? Who doesn't love support? Who doesn't love to be recognized? You know what I mean? So I want to thank those 3 that I saw today on another site. Actually, it was just a clip that was sent to me, and underneath it, I see what they were saying. I'm like, oh. Anyways, God bless you. And yeah, I know what the gurus are saying. Look, speaking of what the gurus are saying, I have to apologize. I mean, I don't have to, but I want to. I don't need to, but there's some people out there that believe I have to. So with that said, let's rehash what happened last night, because I do owe either an apology or a better explanation. You see, people only hear what they want to hear. There's something about the human brain that does that. And subconsciously, even though it's being told to you right in front of your face, no. You don't pay attention one bit, because you don't care to know any more than what you have already acquired. Oh, he gave a date. That's it. Nothing else matters. I didn't even give a date. But here's what happened last night. It turns out that we get a phone call, ring a ding ding, and I say, "Here, Tink, go see what he wants," because that's the third time that he's called, and he knows better than to call me during my UB2Bs. So Jan gets on the phone and she says, "Yes, Blue Star, how can we help you?" Blue Star says, "Frank just played that recording that I gave to him." "Yeah, the one that you told us that you had information from." "Well, no, I needed Frank to verify that." Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. Really? Okay. So there was a misunderstanding between me and Blue Star. I thought when he called me, he says, "Look what I got, look what I got." And I heard it and I said, "Whoa, I can use that tonight." And he said, "Okay." But somewhere along the way, I must have not heard everything. I take the blame. Where he must have told me, "Frank, I need for you to verify this." I missed it. So my excitement, my rush, which was very undisciplined, by the way. My rush and excitement to share with you what I thought was proper was not. What I did is I played the recording, and you heard it. Yes, the Iraqi dinar is live on NASDAQ. Ta-da. Then Walking Stick or Blue Star calls and he said, "No, I needed you to verify that." Oh boy. So Tink tells me that's a mistake. And what do I say to you? Blue Star's call is now, as of now, officially, it is what? What did I say? Let me see if anybody gets it right. I might give them something. What did I say? Because you see, nobody caught that. They only hear what they want to hear. "Oh, Frank called it. He said NASDAQ. Yeah, the dinar is trading live on NASDAQ. Yep, that's what he said." He's stupid. I know he's stupid. There it is. Wait a minute. KC808 said it first. No, that's right. And then there's one Matt that said null and void. There you go. Jared also has got it. So Paul Campbell's got it too. And Be More House Man. Really? Okay. Not touching that one. You're right. Null and void, we said. Which means that the suggestion, because everything that we do on our calls is just our opinion, right? It's not a fact. When have I ever been right about anything, huh? I mean, really, when have I ever been right about anything, huh? But I was devastated, to be honest with you. I didn't sleep good last night. There wasn't a whole lot I could do about it. If I went into my form and I declared, "Hey, I made a mistake," only my form would read it. Did you see how many people showed up last night? We had over 2,400 and some odd people that showed up. I couldn't tell them all at once. So I waited until now to tell you that my humblest apologies. I'm so sorry. Y'all come here to try to get good information. And for me to say something like that so carelessly, so, I didn't vet it. I didn't ask. I assumed, but I thought it was good, but it was the wrong thing to do. And especially for those of you that are interested in the stock market. Please accept my apologies. I don't know when I last made a mistake that I had to apologize for, but when we do make them, I quickly humble myself and ask for your apologies. So, maybe now we move forward in our study. Uh-oh, it didn't work?
No, they hear you, but I forgot to plug mine.
No, you didn't hear my apology?
Yeah, they did. They heard you.
You didn't hear my apology? Did you hear my apology? Let me see. It says, "Frank, you're human."
They sure did.
Frank, we didn't hear anything. Can you please repeat it? Frank, I heard Nothing. Frank, it's just spinning.
It's
It's
louder.
just spinning, Frank. Frank, speak up, man. I can't hear you. Oh my God, there's a lot of people on there. Gosh, did you see the people already? We just started. Praise God. Welcome, everybody. How y'all doing? In case you missed it, I just gave the date and the rate.
Gave the date at the beginning.
I did. The date I said was October the 2nd, 2019. And the rate I said was 59, 58. That was my heart rate. Okay. So I'm done apologizing, okay? I surround myself with jocularity. I surround myself with laughter to hide the truth of my embarrassment. To say that the dinar was trading live insinuates a lot of other things that were also not true. So I'm really, really sorry. Okay, we move on. But what is the dinar doing? I mean, I'm just asking, what is the dinar doing? Oh, a lot of things. Like, for example, watch. Let me show you something. 9, here we go. Boom, 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 boom. Look at this. This was sent to me. And when you look at it real carefully, you see that? So the Iraqi dinar, all of a sudden, according to this counter site, there's a zero gone, huh? Okay, they lifted 1-0. Yeah. All of these counter sites, they now know that the dinar is coming over. So whatever they do to welcome this new currency, parameters are measured, tested, and tried, not just once, but thousands of times. And usually in those weird hours, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Why do I have this counter site here? What was the name of this one? It's called, it's CNBC. Hey guys, how you doing? I didn't even know it was you guys. And they post here that the rate of the dinar is, I see, at some odd, God-forsaken time of the day. Now, I can show you another one. You want to see another one? Well, actually, here, let me show you another one. And this one is from Delta on our site. And, of course, just curious, this one's showing 3 zeros. 3 zeros removed. Yeah. And I got another one in here where it shows 2 zeros removed, 0.08. But you got my point. Okay, what's it like with 1 0 gone? How about 2 zeros gone? How about 3 zeros gone? I see. How about matching it up 1 to 1? Got it. All right. Are we all set? Did anything blow up on our side? No. Okay. So when the dinar is announced in Article 8, lift the 3 zeros. Are we ready to buy, sell, and trade with the currency on our markets? Good. So I guess you could say we are a good. We are a go. Now that's what's going on. There it is. I'm not making these numbers up. They're all over the place. You've seen them, I'm sure, your students. So the dinar is like a horse, a racing horse. Ooh, a thoroughbred, those strong muscles, those thigh muscles. And it doesn't want to, but kick. Get in that cage. Come on, get in that cage. Get in that. It's in the cage. Lock the door. Lock the door. Let me out of here, man. Let me out of here. Okay. Okay. Calm down. Good boy. Give him a carrot. He hates carrots. Give him a sugar cube. Give him an RI. Oh, he loves her. Oh, give it to him. So now that we've got this in position with all these counter sites, you guys ready? Yeah. Ding! When that bell rings, man, open or the windows open. Is that good? Whoa. Ding, ding, I mean, it's gonna bust out of the gates with a passion. I mean, the Iraqi dinar is sitting in its cage, looking to the right and looking to the left, and it's telling all the other currencies in the basket, which one of you suckers is coming in second place? Because we all know who's coming in first, don't we? Yeah, okay. Yeah, yeah. They did it again. Yesterday, I mean, look at the thickness of that. These are the notes from Monday's conference call. I'm actually going to keep this. It's a book. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to put a binder on it, and because this is when I first told you, when Firefly told us, O'Day, Mr. Frank, the governor of the Central Bank of Iraq, just went on television and told us that they're now going to give us the lower dinars that will coexist, with the ones that we brought in, the 3-0 notes to replace the worn and torn ones. Mr. Frank, Allah said this to us. And then the following day, the holy man had put together this march, but you knew and I knew that there was going to be trouble. And we prepared for it. So we introduced to you the week before what? We knew that this would happen. You knew it. I knew it. So the week before, we introduced to you what? Donald Duck? Pepper up his nose? And what happens when you sneeze? There's a pause in your heart. Your life stops for less than a second. In order for things to adjust again, huh? Iran was not a pause. The holy man's march was going to be the pause. We knew that there would be tragedy. We knew that the police, which is not the police in Iraq, it's actually the military, that now wears a different hat, that's all. So, was this pause dangerous to our investment of the Iraqi dinar yesterday? When the police fired off real live ammos and killed someone, and over 200 people were, you don't know all. Yeah, I think there was an article about it. Yeah, it was a mess. In fact, they burned down buildings and they're still burning them down. But it was a pause. It was a pause. The negative person, the negative person throws her hands up in the air and say, I don't care, it's a delay. Look, they're lying again. You see, I told you, Frank's nuts. He doesn't know. And those are the people that we say, bye-bye. You have been voted off the island. I love that, Jink. That two so far.
You going? You going? Yeah, I like this, man. I like this new attitude. I'm a nice guy. Now, all I do is just kick you off the island so we can all stay nice. Because if I leave you on the island, oh boy, do you get under my collar. And you cause it to make it about me because then I go and defend my teams, my wife, or whatever it is that you're saying. If you say something bad about me, I don't care. I know who I am. I don't think they know who they are. So the holy man, who knew very well, he knew very well that the day before he was going to have this march, that the governor of the Central Bank of Iraq was going to come out on television, look the people right in the eye, and say, "Guess what? Remember the coins? And we showed you the pictures. Yeah, well, we're bringing them back. Yeah, okay. But remember, we told you that we're also going to lift the value, add more purchasing power. Yeah, that's because we're introducing now lower denoms. Huh? What's that? I mean, we're trying to figure out about the 3 zeros. You want them back? We're trying to figure out, and say 250, 500, 1,000. We're going to keep them. They're going to turn into change. What change? For what? Oh, for something that's going to come to us that will coexist with it. And that something that's coming to us is what's going to have the purchasing power because you're going to lift the 3 zeros from our exchange rate. By George, I got it, Governor. Well, thank you, says the governor of the Central Bank of Iraq. I'm glad you got it because tomorrow you guys are going to go through hell. Yeah. Well, he didn't say that. I don't want to turn into a Schiffler here, Adam Schiffler. No, what happened was that the following day, Sestini arranged that all you people, let's go and complain to the GOI and the CBI. Why? Because we want jobs, we want the currency to go up in value. You know, we want all these things. Sir, this list, everything that's on this list, it's obtainable. In fact, everything that's on this list, it's already done. Why are you doing this? Who's telling you to do this? So, he still does it. And we calculated that there would be tragedy. There was. So the pause was 24 hours. And in those 24 hours yesterday, I mean, this whole call is my opinion, right? And in those 24 hours yesterday, Sestini, he got what he wanted. He got what he wanted. I'm not saying he wanted a martyrer, but he wanted something, and he got it. All right, Sestini, are you happy? Yeah. A lot. Governor of the Central Bank of Iraq, whatever. Are you happy? You finally told him. I am. Okay. Will you get the hell out of here now? No. Oh, okay, fine. Whenever you want to go. Government of Iraq. Are you guys ready? Okay. Is anybody not ready? Is anybody not happy? No. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I can't help but to wonder, Sestini, why did you do that? Why did you do that? It was not necessary. It was not needed. It only maybe encouraged the GOI, COI, CBI to do the two reforms faster. But you know, sir, that there were phases. There was a process. That's why you knew when to have your march. Nobody knew that the governor of the Central Bank of Iraq was going to make that statement on Monday. But you knew. So on Tuesday, you fired up the citizens of Iraq to make yourself look good. You got what you wanted? You got it. Good for you. I hate politics. I hate politics. But you got what you wanted, and that's good. And now that the holy man got what he wanted, And the pause occurred for just 24 hours from Monday into Tuesday. Halak, yes. Are you ready to get back to work? Is the coast clear? Yeah, the citizens are back home. It smells smoky. They burned about a dozen buildings. You sure I can come out? They're not going to hurt me? They're not mad at you. They want to hear from you. The day before this happened, you told them that about the lower denums. They want to know more now. Okay. What you doing today? Wednesday? What you doing today? What you doing today? Getting back to work. And ladies and gentlemen, they did. They got back to work. While the streets of Iraq are clearing themselves, and while the people this march, they were channeled. The amoeba went from the concentration of one area into another. And they only could go in certain places because, you see, they had removed these barriers that had been there for 13 years. And water seeks the path of less resistance, does it not? So do human beings. It was well orchestrated. It would have been perfect if it wasn't for that one policeman that decided to shoot. It reminds me of the one in Hong Kong. This a few days ago. The policeman, look, just push him out of the way. He takes his gun out and he aims it right at the chest of a man in Hong Kong protesting, and he shoots him in the chest. Are you crazy? So, even though there was a loss of lives in Iraq, the lava flow is not stopping. And today, the governor of the Central Bank of Iraq went back on Iraqiya television, actually on Baghdad satellite. Yes, he did. Well, you know what he said, don't you? I mean, the other gurus already told. Oh, they're here. I'm sorry. Hey, guys. Behave, Frank. Okay. Behave, Frank. Okay. GOI. CBI. Before you get back to work today, do me a favor. Look at the pictures of the march. There's a lot of people, wasn't it? Yeah. As far as the eye could see, just about, ain't it? Up to the horizon. That's a lot of people that came to tell you, give us the economic and the monetary reform. Basically, he said, give me this list of things that you are going to give us, but still, that's a lot of people, wasn't it? GOI, CBI, may I suggest that massive amount of people, that huge crowd, that's your working force. And the working force gave you 15 days to get it done. I'll bet you get it done before 15 days. I was hoping that you all would do it on the 1st of this month, to be honest with you. You guys, I think, were ready to do it, weren't you? But then all of a sudden, what happened? You and I know what happened. Achoo. 24 hours. Thanks, holy man. But it was well planned and well calculated and well anticipated. So 24 hours later, you can go sit down now, holy man. Family, did you hear anything about the holy man today? In my opinion only, of course. No, it's well orchestrated. The script doesn't include him today. Do I need wardrobe? Do I need makeup? No, you don't have any lines today. Fine, I'm staying home and I'm watching Petticoat Junction. So there. That was a massive amount of human beings. That is your working force. That is what will bring your country back. That's the jobs. You got 15 days. And so, so I'd like to break up those 15 days with you. You want to? We did it for the month of September. We did pretty good, didn't we? Give or take. I don't think we were wrong anywhere, to be honest with you. And we certainly didn't say that, oh, it's going to happen at the last day of September or the first day of October. I never said that. I said it sure would be nice if they did. It sure would be nice if they did. So, they didn't. But you know what they got instead? The IMF gave them mandates. They obeyed. The Fab Four gave them mandates. They obeyed. The citizens of Iraq have just given them a mandate of 15 days. I think they're going to obey. And the reason why? It's just like if somebody was to come up to you and say, look, and they're carrying all these presents, and they say to you, hey, look, happy birthday, and you, while they're saying, look, happy birthday, you say, did you get anything for my birthday? Well, hold on. Look, I said, look. Why are you trying to beat me to the punch? Why are you trying to beat me to the punch? So, to see everything that is set up, we don't need to try to beat the CBI to the punch. They're about to tell the citizens that they're going to get lower denums. Ladies and gentlemen, come on. That's why I told you yesterday, I can say bye-bye to you now. Bye-bye. I can say bye-bye. You don't need me anymore. All you need now is for a lock to come out and show you the visual aids. Look at here, you guys see? Now, when we break it down, that's what I'm going to do. The 2 weeks, we broke down 4 weeks. When we break down the 2 weeks, it'll be broken down into 4 quarters, into 4 parts, and I'll explain in those 2 weeks what I think, in my opinion, is going to happen in those 2 weeks. Yeah. So we'll break up those 2 weeks up until the 15th. If we can do it today, we certainly will. If we don't, then we'll do it for tomorrow. You know, Alak is actually stuck between a protest and the RI. He's stuck between the protest that happened yesterday and the RI that's going to happen in the near proximal future. And I think that Alak is going to say a lot tomorrow. Now, well, that was my first 30 minutes with you. My second 30 minutes with you is going to cover what happened in Iraq today. I'm awfully sorry. If you see me fragmented, it's because I am. I have 3 piles right here in front of me. 1, 2, and 3. You probably see me looking back and forth, and you probably see me trying to get help to make a decision. So this is the decision that we're going right. This is what I'm going to do. We are now going to go into Firefly's report. I hope you all can kick back and relax because it's a lot. Actually, you know how I do this. I go back and read you yesterday's report. Problem? It's not level, was it?
It's not close enough.
It's not close enough.
Too much.
Ooh, that's spooky. I scare myself. You scare me. Yeah, that's good then. So what we're doing, ladies and gentlemen, is you're too close. I'm playing. What are you doing? Leave it alone.
Yeah.
Oh, you want this, but they can't see it no more, can they?
They're looking for it.
You can't see it no more. It's like about, what do you say, about 8, 9 inches from the top?
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time now that we're going to focus because I'm going to start taking you on a long trip. Now, what I do is I read to you what happened the day before. You know that, right? I read to you what happened the day before. And these are long reports, so hold on, bear with me. Okay, let's start. You ready? Now, this was yesterday, Tuesday. Good morning, Mr. Frank. Firefly 77 called earlier, and he said that on television, it's all about the demonstrations. They were huge. The turnouts were big. And the demands given to the government, including providing for private sector, address corruption and for them to implement the reforms now. And they gave a list of things released and saying, we will give you, government, 15 days to get this completed, or sit-ins. Remember back in the 60s, the hippies, when they used to have sit-ins? I was at a sit-in once. Well, gee whiz. Wow, time goes by. Anyways, complete. You have to complete this in 15 days, or we will do sit-ins and other actions. I have to find it again. Hang in there with me. Can I answer the phone and say, pizza, pizza? Can I do that? Gino's Pizza. Oh, what's it? Caesar's Pizza, isn't it? Little Caesars, yeah. Pizza, pizza. We're going to give you 15 days, government of Iraq, to get this completed, or sit-ins, or other actions will prevail from the failure of the government for the Iraqi citizens. The electronic billboards, Mr. Frank, are showing congratulations to the Iraqi Stock Exchange, saying the Iraqi Stock Exchange has met all requirements, and they have signed a renewal agreement with Forex and NASDAQ, and this will allow Iraq to still receive technological and information and security from Forex. saying, you know, I saw where another guru said, oh, Frank doesn't know what he's talking about. This was only for the, what did he say, license? This was only for the, he mentioned for two things. What's his name? Crappy something? Isn't it? Isn't that his name? And he doesn't know. It was only for this. And when I read it, I scratched my head and I said, yeah. Remember I told you thing? I said, yeah, Crapper, whatever his name is, Crapper, he's right. But how could he not know about the rest of the things that that agreement brought in? From the what's this? From the valley of bozos, ho, ho, ho. I don't know. Anyways, don't talk about other people, Frank. Mr. Frank, they're saying that this was a major step, this Iraqi stock exchange, and the agreements that were signed with them. You see, since many changes, you mean there's other parts to that agreement? Oh, gosh, I wish I would have known that. They're saying to us, Mr. Frank, that this is a major step for the Iraqi stock exchange, since many changes by the Iraqi stock exchange had to take place to allow this new agreement to be renewed. But he's stupid. He don't. Okay. Back to reality. The television, Mr. Frank, is also talking about how the Baghdad International Fair this year will see a tremendous boost to the Iraqi economy, basically from the reconstruction of Iraq by international countries. They are replaying, listen, they are replaying the CBI and Alok interview about smaller groups. So, ladies and gentlemen, yesterday, when the march was occurring, when the buildings were burning down, what did I tell you? When one of their fellow marching colleagues was shot down, what did I tell you? When they were out there in the heat, protesting and yelling and screaming at the government building, what did I tell you? That the day before, Allah told them, you're getting lower dinams. In my opinion, all these people were probably saying to themselves, yeah, we know what's coming for us. But you know what? It took you a long time to give it to us. So allow me to give you a piece of my mind. I don't care if you're giving it to me. Listen to me. It's my turn to voice myself. And I believe that that's what Sestini was trying to accomplish, to vent. All human beings need to do this. A good sneeze now and then is good, regardless of the pause. Because they marched, knowing in their minds what they heard the day before. They didn't want no problems. They didn't want no one killed. This was peaceful. Who is it that does not want this to happen? Fascinating, isn't it? Mr. Frank, they are replaying the CBI and Alok interview about smaller groups to coexist in our deposit. Now, I explained that to you yesterday, but nobody even talked about it. Do you understand what I'm reading to you? It will coexist in our deposits. I did cover it. I did try to explain it a little bit, didn't I? I said elect e-dinars, remember? But then when they want them physical, they will now start, right? Okay, getting them, not the 3 zeros, but, okay. When will this all occur? When they give them the lower dinams, because at that same time, synchronized, the rate will change. Where are the lower dinams? Once again, they are replaying the CBI and the Alok interview about Where are the lower dinams? CBI and Alok interview about the smaller groups to coexist in our deposit. This on the financial news section of our news. Wait a minute, Alok told you this? Yes, the day before the march. Where are the lower dinams? We don't see anything else about the Iraqi Stock Exchange except the congratulations on the electronic billboards, Mr. Frank. They're showing balloons all over the billboards, and they're talking about the new. Where are the lower dinams? They're talking about the new agreement which allows Iraq to continue receiving from Forex and NASDAQ, thus laying the floor plan to the international world for Iraq trading. I know they're not live, but look, they're going to be live very soon. Okay? About the plan for the international world for Iraq trading on the Iraqi Stock Exchange and NASDAQ's, all the counter sites. We also are seeing other demonstrations in others today, not just in the square, but in small pockets of demonstrations that are piping, P-I-P-I-N-G, piping up all over the city, and most of all by the government building, by Green Zone, which citizens have more access to now. Where are the lower dinams? If on Monday, the governor of the Central Bank of Iraq, Alok, came out and said directly to the citizens, and they played it over and over and over again all day, and Tuesday, and today. If the governor comes out and tells you, I'm about to give you the lower dinams, where are the lower dinams? Wait a minute. Top secret. No one is to know. Well, then how is it that we citizens know? Because Allah told us on Monday. So where are the small demons, the lower dinams? Allah will have to tell us. He told us they're coming. Allah will tell. That's why that son of a gun, that's why he's still sticking around. He wants all the fame, doesn't he? I don't care. Allah. Today is Wednesday. Talk to the citizens of Iraq. Get back to work. Tell them where the lower dinams are at. Continuing with yesterday's Firefly report. Mr. Frank, this came in the afternoon. This was part 2 of yesterday. Mr. Frank, peaceful demonstrations have turned violent since the police tear gas into the crowds and live ammunition. This has turned violent, and now citizens are burning buildings. The report on TV says that so far, one has been killed, and this is spreading all over the city. I told him, I said, I know we saw that, and I'm very pleased that they are showing what Alok said about the small notes. Let's hope that let's hope that tomorrow they will talk more about it. And he says, yes, on the television news financial section, they are showing replay of Alok talking about the smaller groups coexisting in our deposit. He said, we are understanding more. Where are the lower dinams? Only Alok can tell them. See if it's possible that our Firefly's name is Eddie. See if it's possible that Eddie can talk directly to the bank teller. Find out the definition of lower dinams. If they say to him that it is the 1, the 5, the 10s, hey, we're home. But if he says that's a 250, 500, or 1,000, well, then that's not what we're looking for, because they will coexist, and I am convinced that it is the small category notes that he's talking about. Roger, we'll let Eddie know right away. I wanted to tell you directly that because the CBI is telling the citizens that they will coexist, well, that's it. We are here now. It is only a matter of days before they give them that which will coexist. Because he is talking of them, they exist. The small category notes the lower denoms. Tell Eddie, congratulations. Yes, sir, I just forwarded to him. Find out if Eddie's family was in the march. Yes, Eddie's best friend was one of the 200, over 200 that were injured. He was trying to run away from the live rounds that were being fired, and he fell down. He was actually injured by the crowd that was running, and I got this late last night, but we were still waiting to hear about today. He has not called yet. So when you do hear from him with this report, please express to him that we are all praying for him. And once again, in my opinion, tell him that I believe the CBI governor will talk tomorrow. Today. This is yesterday's report. Roger that, I just texted him. Eddie says that the governor of the CBI, this is still yesterday's report. I told you it was a long day with a lot of information. Eddie says that the governor of the central bank, now this is important. And I don't think there's a need for me to explain it. I think that the common everyday housewife, house husband, all the way up to an economics professor would understand very clearly what I'm about to say. To the banking industry, you'll know right away what this means. Eddie says that the governor of the central bank has shut down all social media, like, for example, Facebook and other citizens still are demonstrating today by the thousands. Maybe they don't want that to get out. The electronic billboards are asking the citizens to please remain calm and respect that the government will look into citizens' demands and having emergency sessions about attack by police into the citizens with tear gas and live fire. So on the electronic billboards, they're telling the citizens, please, calm down. Please, calm down. But, you ready for this? The electronic billboards also are trying to regain control, and so is the television. But nothing on the billboards or the television about the Central Bank of Iraq today. Just damage control all day, nothing at all. He says people are really mad, and the slogan they are saying is overthrow the regime. So yesterday, family, even though on Monday Allah told them, I'm going to give you the lower denoms. On Tuesday, they still tried. The commercials were still out, the electronic billboards, but then boom, they switched and they said, guys, calm down, please. This is still yesterday's report. Sir, Eddie just called or texted again, he sounded very upset. Today, he just talked to him and he says that his dad, Musa, isn't it? Musa? Yeah, Musa. Musa, I hope you're okay, my friend. I hope you're okay. You know, you lead your family. You are the head of your family. 85 years old. Everybody pays attention to you. You are the holy man in your family. And you got up and you went out there. You went out there and you yelled at the government and you yelled at the central bank at 85 years old. Man, I love you. If I had 10 like you, I could probably conquer the world. I love that fire at 85 years old. But you scared O'Day. You scared your whole family, man. But that means good. That means good. I don't know if you know what that means. That means good too. Oh, for crying out loud. How about this? Yeah. Eddie, excuse me, Frank, Mr. Frank. Eddie just called and he sounded very upset today. He just talked to him and he says that his dad is right in the middle of the demonstrations. You go. He can't control his father even at the age of 85. So so if he sees anything new, he will send it. But it's all about the government trying to calm the citizens today. New demonstrations are scheduled with the citizens and they want their demands to be met. I said thank you, and we talked a little bit more, and we talked a little bit more. He says earlier he appreciates your prayers and support. He just has a lot going on with his dad at the demonstrations, and he's worried about him. I said, don't worry. Hey, babe, will you help me? No, baby, I need something to write with.
What color would you like?
Oh, I think red is appropriate. We'll go with red. So we have a situation where we're looking at oh, I'm missing a day. Excuse me. 8 days a week is not enough. Yeah, well, this is only 6 days a week. I have to rewrite the song. So, family, in this month of October, we will dissect these 2 weeks, and we can start right now on the 1st and the 2nd. What is today, babe?
Today's the second.
Is it really? I thought it was the 3rd.
Wednesday the second.
Gosh, time, I'll tell you. What was it that Eminem, our analyzer, said that cracked me up? He said, I love time travel, even if it's backwards sometimes. Alrighty. Well, right here, we had a lock. Let's go with a different color. I'll take blue, babe. On the 1st of this here month, I wanted things to happen, but no. So what we got is a lock from the CBI. He is actually the head guy, Mr. Ed, the governor. And he comes out on Arakia television and he tells the citizens, I got some lower denums for you. The following day, might as well go with a different color, babe, black or, oh, I like that. I forgot. Tomorrow's green. So,
the green file. So the second day, or today, it turns out. Wait a minute. When did we have the protest? Yesterday, wasn't it?
Yep.
Good grief! I messed this up. This is actually over here. How do I do this? Let's amend the month. There we go.
Recalculating.
Huh?
Recalculating.
Recalculate. What was this? This would be the 30th
September.
of September. So we got a lock, CBI, governor on TV telling the citizens, I got lower denoms for you. Okay.
Here.
And then, oh, thank you, sweetheart. And then on the next day, what you got? We got this, the protests. Then, which we called what? A pause. A pause of what? Of what's going on, of what's been going on all the month of September, up until the last day. Hey guys, I got lower denoms. Wow! Okay. But then the protest, why? Because Sestini wanted to look good. So we're just going to say, holy. Leave it at that. Now, today, what happens today? The Alak from the CBI, governor goes on TV and well, we're going to get to that. Can I say it now? Can I say it?
Sure.
Not yet, really. I got to tell them first, and then I can say, I told you so.
Okay.
Okay. So, today, oh my goodness, baby, look at that, 1.7. Greetings, everyone. Welcome. It sure is nice to have you with us. Now, you got the full report so far, okay? And it turns out that now we're walking into today's report. Today's report came in a little bit later. I believe that Eddie was dealing with his father and was busy, and once he was done with his priorities, then he communicated with us. Here we go. The communication was long, so kick back and relax. Here we go. Greetings, Mr. Frank. There is a big opposition party on television tonight saying that the government has not done what they promised. Has not done what they promised. And this government has to go. And their corruption must go. It's all over our television, Mr. Frank. That's all that we are seeing right now. There is no CBI. There is no Alak. There's nothing but about the opposition party and showing the demonstrations. The police chief fired and will not be held for the potential criminal charges against him. I responded by saying the following. How they doing, by the way, Tink?
Good.
I'm proud of you. I pray that you're proud of my teams. I responded by saying, now, I had to calculate because I knew the somberness. I knew the sadness. I know the smell. And I know the sounds, and I know that he's shell shocked.
if you don't see violence every day, when you do see it, it tends to shock you. We only, as humans, we're not accustomed to seeing each other trying to kill each other. You know, we see animals doing it, but when we see humans trying to do it, it wakes up your soul, and it talks to your spirit. So I responded in as easy as I could. Also, this what came in the morning, well, excuse me, in the late morning. So I knew that after a certain amount of time, he was going to see something. Walking Stick and I knew he was going to see something. But I responded by saying the following. The governor of the CBI has to come back out at least by tomorrow and continue to talk about the lower denoms because the momentum, the education of the monetary reform cannot stop. Tell him not to be too disappointed because I think that this protesting will be in tomorrow. This protesting will end by tomorrow because the holy man is controlling the protesting. Okay, I'll pass it on to him. And by the way, look, so you can see that this is chronology. You can see up here, this was today. Now watch. That's what I just read to you, that I responded to him. And then late in the afternoon, you see that time right there? Okay, late in the afternoon. In fact, you ready for a little peek? This is where you give thanks to God. Not to me, not to my teams. No. We're not worthy of any type of thanks. But this is why you're a student, and that's why you've prevailed, and this is why you've held my hand all this time. This is why you pulled the knives out of my back when they were thrown. Later in the afternoon, Eddie just got a hold of us again. Mr. Frank, Eddie said 12 huge armored trucks loaded with money and protected by huge security has just left out from the green zone today. The destination is unknown. They're saying it just left the green zone area due to instability of the area with demonstrations. Eddie wants to know, do you think that those are the lower denoms? In my opinion, we knew what he was going to see later on. My answer to him is, yes, in my opinion. Because there's only one reason why they were moved, and only one reason why they were under armed guard. You don't do that for toilet paper currency. You do it for the new lower denoms that are about to replace the 3-0 notes. Tell him to get me as much as he can about this movement. We've been expecting this, and we're proud that you were able to find it. Also, ask Eddie to find out where he got this information. Was it from the television or was it from the streets? Yes, in television. Some of the security teams are Americans, formerly Blackwater, or something like that, he said. Ooh. You see, when we went in, everybody knew about Blackwater, but what, 13 or 16 years later, ain't nobody knowing about no black what? Who's that? Those are still our boys, but they're paid now differently. Hey, I said to him, understood. Thank you. Did the television explain what was in the trucks? Or did the television say where the trucks originated from? Because I understand why they moved them for security due to the demonstrations. But where did they originate from? Now you have to understand that the green zone, there's not enough banks in the green zone for 12 armored trucks, high security escort. There's more to the security. Wait till you hear it. That's why they cleared the barriers. There's a path now for this to be delivered. They cleared the barriers for the march in a certain flow for better control. I asked them, find out where. I know that they were moving, but I need to know where was the origin from in the green zone. I know in the green zone where. His answer was from the banks of the CBI. Green zone file, yeah. The banks from the CBI. Really? Really? To which I said, that's our boys. That's our boys or our contactors. Anyways, so yeah, the governor of the Central Bank of Iraq comes out later on in the day when things finally calm down, and he tells the citizens of Iraq, hey, you know what? We're using 12 armored trucks to move a massive amount of funds to an undisclosed destination. Well, thank you, Alok. Does this have anything to do with what you were talking about to us just, the day before the march, and all that stuff? That's our boys, or should I say our contacts. Anyways, he says they're saying on TV, they're saying that the security for this convoy, it's unreal. It's unreal. They even had helicopters. The television is showing them, they're showing them leaving out of the Baghdad area and headed to some unknown location. The queen bee keeps all the honey. The queen bee keeps all the honey in Baghdad. But the queen bee knows that the honey has to be delivered to her workers. The security is unreal. For toilet paper, and they're even using helicopters to escort them to their final destinations. Yeah, they're showing them leaving out of Baghdad, headed to unknown locations, and the security is unreal. They even had helicopters for them. To which I said, Dear God, breaking live from Baghdad now, showing the protests. Who cares? That's orchestrated. Didn't you get my point? It's not a protest. Isn't this more important than the breaking news on the corrupt, fake news channels? I think so. But we'll get this over with here. Oh my goodness, it's already after 8. I apologize. Let's finish this up. To which I said, Dear God, that's wonderful, you guys. That, in my opinion, is not just to protect them from the demonstrators, but to move them to the banks for distribution. Because, in my opinion, the lower dinams have been given permission to be distributed now, and the governor made it clear to the citizens that that is what is going to happen. The distribution of the lower dinams to the citizens. This is how. This is the process. I told you, it's top secret. It is the highest intel in the world, the lower dinams. Nobody knows. What do you think they've been? Where do you think they've been? In the meat market? In Ali's meat market down the street? They're in the green zone, for crying out. It's logical, in my opinion, right? That's where we're at. That's where all our protection, our forces, our embassy, everything is there. So yeah, we're going to protect the lower dinams at the last place, at the last spot. Are you guys ready? Allah, did you go tell them? I told them I'm going to give them the lower dinams. Oh, you might as well just tell them. All right, fine. Move them. Move them. Hell, we've been waiting for you guys to make this announcement. It's their prerogative. This surprised everybody. Ooh. So, I said, Dear God, that's wonderful. Because in my opinion, it's not just to protect them from the demonstrators, but it's also to protect the banks, to protect them and the banks for distribution. Because in my opinion, the lower dinams have been given permission to be distributed now, and the governor made it clear to the citizens that that is exactly what is happening. The lower dinams for you. The unknown locations, in my opinion, are the private banks. He says, yes, sir. Eddie wanted you to know because he says, he gave his opinion that he think, yeah, it's the lower dinams. His opinion. To which I said, the security is at a top secret level because they have been hiding these dinams, these lower dinams, for many years. Tell Eddie, in my opinion, this week, they are moving them. Blackwater. Can you help me, Pep? Give me a black. And the green. The black and the green. A locked CBI governor goes on the TV and it's 12 armor trucks loaded with, what did he say? Funds. Loaded with money. Going to an unknown destination. Red one. Today is Wednesday.
Yes.
They're not going to do anything on Friday because Friday's a holy day. It would be an insult to give them purchasing power. You don't think about material gains on a holy day. I think tomorrow is a day where, you see, a lot told the citizens today. We got these 12 you should see them. They're not armored trucks. They're armored Winnebagos. they're monsters. I mean, you got to go to Star Wars to see something like these vehicles. It looks like they're stormtrooper vehicles. Shoot, they could withstand a hurricane. But anyways, he's telling the citizens, hey, remember me. Let me pick up where I left off, okay? So I'm going to give you lower denoms. And right now what we're doing is, check this out. Go ahead. Span the camera. Move it over. You see that? There's one. You said there's another one. You see that? You see that, citizens? Okay. Here, put the camera up. Put the camera up. Oh, you see that helicopters? They're going with the truck. Where they unknown destination? Don't ask me. But it's loaded with funds. Now, what I tell you, you're going to get, huh? Okay. So how about I talk to you tomorrow? Because the next day, Friday, is not a good day to talk. So let's talk more tomorrow, and I'll tell you, maybe we have more George Foreman grills at our banks. Time out. Go back to your notes 2 days ago. What did we say? Mr. Frank, I don't know. The teller says that that's all he's been told so far, that the lower, it's got to be, they said lower denoms, Mr. Frank, yeah. But they said that in the coming days, too, they were going to once again, Customer Appreciation Day. Yeah, that'll be the biggest red carpet rollout in the history of Iraq's banks, I think. Are you understanding? Is it making sense? Are you with me? Or are you against me? There's more. Do you want it or you want me to stop? Here, you tell me. There's more. We can stop because I'm sorry, it's well over an hour now. So, let's see here. Drop the mic. Can I drop this mic, Tink?
No, please don't.
Can I drop it?
No.
Come on, drop it. We'll do it one time.
Here, you can drop the mic.
Okay, I do it. I'm gonna do. You're clever. Oh, you're funny. Is it plug in?
It did. That's what we used.
Oh no. Okay.
No, not there.
Not there. Okay, drop.
Children do not put things.
Children, no, do Uncle Frank do. Uncle Frank, stupid. Don't do that. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, drop the mic. Are you ready? On 3, ready? 1, 2, and 3. Oh, that felt so good. There you go, man. Okay, what are they saying? No more, no more, no. It says no, and then more, no, more, no more. Which is it? The security is at the top secret level because they have been hiding these lower denoms for many years in the green zone. That's our area. That's our hood. It's well protected. Tell Eddie that, in my opinion, this week they are moving them, and at the start of next week they will give it to them. But somewhere in between, they will show them the pictures with descriptions. Blue. Okay. I lost my assistant over here.
I had to kick somebody off the island.
Oh, silly people. They're just children. One day they'll become adults. So somewhere in between here and here, yeah, somewhere between here, let's put it up here. Somewhere between here and here, the end of that Saturday, Sunday, yeah. Let's just say the pictures of the lower denoms with the descriptions. Boy, we're filling out this first week pretty nice, aren't we? Yeah. Okay. All right. I agree. Of course you agree, you knucklehead. You're the one that's drawing it, man. I agree. Do you agree? I agree. Okay, I agree. You're talking to yourself. Yeah, tell Eddie that in my opinion this week they're going to move them and at the start of next week they will give it to them, but somewhere in between they will show them the pictures with descriptions. He says it's all American security, but private security. There are no American troops, but the group formerly called Blackwater. Well, I'm not here to talk about our boys, but trust me, in my opinion, trust me, they're there. You can't see them though. Not at all. To which I responded and I said, you know, what's very interesting is that they are showing this on television. And in my opinion, it is to calm down the citizens, because when they were marching yesterday, they knew what the governor of the central bank had told them, that these lower denom notes are coming to them. And for them now to find out that something is being moved, to which he said, it's on all the news stations locally. These are 12 huge trucks. Yeah, you see, at the end, they'll tell you there's life on Mars. In the summertime, there's a huge methane cloud all over Mars. And in the fall and winter months of Mars, that methane cloud reduces itself to about 1/3 its size. There's only one conclusion. There's organic life on Mars that is producing the methane gas that increases in the summertime and decreases in the fall and winter. Where is this life? It's all, and they would tell you that there would be life on Mars, when the governor of the Central Bank of Iraq would tell you that it was time. We have a guest, family. I'm going to stop for a second. Speakers ting. Delta, you there?
Frankie, how you doing?
Well, I'm actually in the middle of our report, but it's a good report. Did you hear what I told you? Wait a minute. I didn't read you the report, did I?
No, they told you to read me later.
Did I tell you?
I'll go back probably and listen to it later.
Okay.
No
Okay. Well, listen real quick. They moved 12 trucks, gigantic armored trucks, out of the green zone. They were escorted by Blackwater and whoever else. They had helicopters, jeeps, the whole works, the tanks. They escorted these 12 gigantic armored trucks, and Alok went on television and he told the citizens, we we are moving these 12 armored trucks to undisclosed destination. And he told the people that the trucks were loaded with funds, with money. There's no doubt, Delta, these are the lower denoms because the day before, 2 days before, he told them, I'm going to give you the lower denoms. And now he's telling them, look what I'm moving, but he's not telling them what funds there are. And then he says they're being delivered to unknown destinations. Yeah, whatever. They're being taken to the banks.
They're gonna deliver all this armored truck to the KTSA headquarters.
Hey, if it's loaded with cookies, I'll take them. You bet. But here, I gave the family my opinion about what's going on because we found about 6 or 5 different counter sites with different rates. I found one with 1 0 missing, with 2 zeros missing, with 3 zeros missing. Oh, that was yours. Yours was 0.88, 8 something or other. Give me your report on what you posted today.
Yeah, this was really very interesting. I was basically researching yesterday to see because we got some kind of confirmation that it's possible that you might see the rate change in Forex or at the same time when the CBI basically announced the reinstatement of the new rate. But this was very interesting because he got the Visa and he got the MasterCard. And then the interesting part was the MasterCard, they still have the program rate, which is the 1190, whatever it is, but you have the bid and ask, like when you go to buy and sell. So on the Visa card, it was very interesting. The bid was the same, like 1190. The Great Britain pound is different, but the asking, you know how it is. I mean, if you buy and sell stock, you know exactly what that means. Those people that they're involved with the stock market. The bid, basically, I'm the one I want to go and try to buy. Of course, all the time I need the higher numbers to buy it, right? But if I'm the seller, all the time I want the numbers to be better for me. So it looks like whoever is asking, and this is, remember, before we used to have only the USD reflecting that change. But now, if you look at it, which is I put the example there, I put the link too. It's like all of them: the USD, the Euro, the the pound, the Chinese yuan. Those are about 4 or 5 of them. The ask only is basically different, and it looks like the ask is they're already dropping the 3 zeros from it. Now, of course, this is reflecting about 83, 84 cents, but without, of course, the inflation. But with the CBI, if they're going to do the 83 cents of that, the inflation, we should get about $113, $120 for. But this rate right now, as we stand, we see here, they're showing us about 83, 84 cents. And this is very interesting. But just think about it. For someone to come down, let's say the stock, let's say treat the IQD as a stock. If I own those stock and I'm asking for, the numbers like at just way higher, that means I'm expecting the rate to be changed in order for me to go ahead and put like those bold statements that, you're going to pay me this. It's like, for example, you have a business and you know that business, for example, the city is going to come down, they're going to put streets there, and then the value is going to go way higher. You put, for example, like a double or triple or 1,000 times more than what your business is worth, because the price eventually is going to go high. So for those people that they're asking the bid, they know something, like you and I and everybody was talking about. So this is the first time I see it, and this is Visa. Remember, when was it when Allah basically he did sign with Visa? I know they have the MasterCard too, but they signed with Visa and they got awards from Visa and everything. This was like about 6, 7, 8 months ago. So for them to really list that, and by the way, I did check it yesterday, and they're showing for today's day too. So this is not a glitch, because the glitch it doesn't allow that. And it looks like again the buy and sell or the ask and the bid is totally different. The bid is the same as program rate, but for you to do the ask, which is dropping the 3 zeros from all the major basically currencies against the IQD, this is really very interesting. And again, this is a Visa card. If you go back, I wish I had to put the link. By the way, I was thinking about putting the link or not, because I don't want nobody taking it, go
Yeah.
file it to different forms. That's the reason sometimes I don't put the link, but I put it this time just to, some people that might have a doubt about it, or they think that you're making this up or something like that. That's why I came back and then I changed my mind. I put the link in. But the reason sometimes I don't want to put the link really because everybody, copy and paste as usual, take it back there, and they give the credit to themselves. They don't even appreciate KTFA. That's the reason I didn't put the link. But I did put it just in case for those people that they have doubt about it or something. If you go now, you can go back actually to the link that I put, and you can compare it to all the currencies.
Yeah.
Like I tried the Kuwaiti, everything is good. Everything is normal. Like if you do the Kuwaiti, UAE, everything, the ask and the bid is very close the same, except the IQD. So the IQD, the Iraqi dinars, it's really a difference between both of them. And again, why I think, in my opinion, this is very interesting, because we all know, like I told you earlier, that really I do believe that it might be at the same time, when you see Forex, because remember, Forex, they close their thing on Friday, some of them, and they open, let's say, Sunday, and the Central Bank of Iraq, the same thing. So it's very high possibility, in my opinion, we might see the numbers change on Forex maybe before, the Central Bank of Iraq even announce it, and that's what's going to be for us, the confirmation that, the Central Bank of Iraq is about to do it. When you see more than 4 or 5 currencies changing that, and again, I don't think it's a glitch because you see the different number between the ask and the bid. If you have like the ask was different, then I could have said maybe it's a glitch. But in my opinion, this is very huge, very significant for Visa, to come up and do something like this. And again, I don't think this is a glitch. Whoever is asking for higher numbers, they know that something is up. They know that the rate is about to go up. They dropped the 3 zeros already. So this is very significant in my opinion.
Yes, sir. I agree, and I like how you pointed out that MasterCard and Visa, when they put it up, that's what draw your attention to it as well. Thank you, my brother. I love you. Let's see what happens. Call me tomorrow when you have a break, and I'll see if I can update you on anything that's coming down, okay? Because I got a feeling that, you see, if they're moving these lower denoms, in my opinion, and according to what Alak is saying on the television, well, then it is possible that they're either going to show them the pictures tomorrow of the lower denoms or Saturday. Well, I don't see anything happening on Friday. So Thursday and Saturday are very interesting days for me to see if they show them the description, the pictures. Because then after that, they only got 1 week left. I really, really, really feel that this is going to manifest itself because they said we're going to give you the lower denoms. Good God! I mean, and
not only that, Frankie, I do agree. I don't want to. I'm not trying to interrupt you, but really quick here, I do agree with you 100%. Because see what happened is, I'm not sure if you saw that, but it's all in the news that the representative of the government, they did meet with the representatives of those demonstrators, and they did agree in all their demands, basically.
Yeah.
And they agree that to stop the demonstration. And remember, for us, one of the demand was, remember what it is, stop the auctions, open the market economy, give us power of purchase, and what the people want. So the government really agreed to those demands. And it's safe to say right now that we should see something really from now until what the due date. They give them like 15 days, right? And then we all know what's going to happen. The budget is supposed to go on the 15th to the Parliament, and we do believe, based on what the Financial Committee told us, because this one has to reflect the financial management law, which is they told us again, is not this is fact. Whatever I'm talking about right now, this is not you, not me, not our opinion. This is what they told us. The financial management law is going to reflect on the following budget, which is the 2020. And then since the 2020 budget is going to be in Parliament, like they told us from the government on the 15th. So now it's very safe enough to say that we are already in red alerts that we should see the rate changing from now before the 15th. Because they told us so. This is the financial management law that they have the monetary policy and the fiscal policy, and it's all the exchange rate or the IQD has to change because they have to apply the financial management law, which is already in the Gazette, and they have to follow all those instructions, and we know on the instruction what it is. So whatever you're talking about right now about the armor truck, I agree with you 100%. I believe in that because as the rate is about to change, I think the lower denomination, they're about to go to everybody. They have to announce it. And again, I do believe they're going to be at the same time, or we might see the rate first. And you know me all the time. I'm leaning toward the rate first before we see the lower denominations, which is for us will be a done deal either way. It's a great information. But I agree with you, brother, 100%. I back you up 100%. Whatever you're saying there, because this is what's going on right now. The government of Iraq, they're stuck in the corners, and they have no more options. You have two options. One of them to delay as usual and get rid of the whole government, because, by the way, there's already the representative of the demonstrations. I'm not sure if you saw this, but they have already like transitional government ready to take over if they don't fulfill everything. One of them was, probably you saw the article about Dr. Sinan Shabibi to be the financial minister, and they have everybody ready, frankly. Everybody is ready on standby just in case if the government does not do anything. Guess what's going to happen? They're gonna take the government out.
But they agreed.
But this is the thing. They have no choice. What I'm trying to get out of this, they have no choice anymore. They're just stuck in the corner right now, and then they have to basically follow all those instructions, whatever the demand they tell them. So it looks like you get from now all the way down to the 15 or way before that. But definitely it's all encouraging and all exciting information. And again, remember I'm following the patterns of the gold prices, which is, it looks like it's working. All the time when they pause that means they have no intention to change the rate. But all the time I get excited when they get to the end of the week, which is Thursday, because it's very high possible that they can change the rate, let's say on Thursday, like you said, and then show the lower denomination. But definitely we're very close. It is the second, the third. So we are within probably, 12 days, minus 12 days, which is T minus 12, what they call it. Because remember, this is not opinion anymore. This is the fact.
Yes.
Fact about the budget. Fact about I mean, now remember, you and I used to talk about this, and even last week was so funny when I told you I wish to see the citizens coming out and asking them to, raise the value or give them the push of power. They came up and they said exactly what you and we talked about a while back. They asked about to stop the auctions. They're listening to us at the KTF. I'm telling you, they have some spies on us. But anyway, this is really good, and I do believe that the government, this is the last chance, because if they don't do anything from now to 15 days, especially for those demonstrators, then they have the transitional government already in place, and they can kick the government out. So do you think Abdulmahdi will do that and risk all this hard work that he had? I don't think so, because they're ready to go. They have to do this. And this was the report, Frankie. I don't want to take all your time, buddy.
No, you're fantastic. You called at the perfect time. I'm headed down the home stretch. I'm almost done anyways, but thank you, and let's talk tomorrow, okay?
Yes, sir. Love you, man. You take care.
Because I really...
love the whole family. Take care.
Hey, Delta, I really think that this week they're going to show it to them. You see, they told them, we're going to give them to you. Now, and the next thing, according to the process, they're going to show them the pictures of what they're going to give them. So I think that's this week, tomorrow or Saturday, maybe Sunday even. Then next week, go ahead and give it to them and simultaneously lift the value. Go ahead. Before the 15th.
I think I do agree with you here at the really fact, because remember, what we said the last two days, those demonstrators, they need to see something. Now, I know you might not fulfill all the options all the demands that they have, even though, like we said last time, the demands are not impossible. They're not asking you to do something impossible. Everything's possible and everything's easy to do. But at least if you show them something, see everybody what they're looking for. When you have a good economy, you never have any problems. Yeah. You can look in the U.S., you can look at any place. When you have bad economy, you have bad crimes, you have everything. Look at every city, look at every country, for example. So this is what's going on. Like, for example, when you go to Dubai or compared to Somalia, for example, you can have, of course, no issues in Dubai because the economy is good, everybody's making money. Kuwait, the same thing. So this is very important for them. But what he said right now, Frank, he did an excellent point, that at least if you show them that you're going to have a low denomination coming in, you might come up, the people a little bit, and then they're going to start talking about the positive thing. Oh, okay, it looks like the government now, they're listening to us. Oh, we're going to have lower denomination. We're going to have a new rate. But I do believe that definitely we are now on the verge of something big happening. And again, this is no options anymore. This has become big. We do remember that all the time when they have, the IMF, the US Treasury, the World Bank, everybody pressured them and is like begging them to do it, but they never listen, right? They might, we'll do it, but they just take their time. But now, the situation is different. You have your own people. You got 34 million people. Everybody is doing the same thing, and everybody is asking for their right. So I think now the situation is very, very dangerous for the government, very dangerous for the CBI. So they better do something very fast. And I do believe this time, this is it, and they will do it.
Indeed. Love you, Manny. God bless you, my friend. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Love you, brother. You take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Family, another interesting thing that Delta pointed out is that, well, I did too. Remember we said they gave them the list of the demands. And when you look at the demands, wait a minute, done. Here, Tink, I'm running out of power on this phone. When they looked at the demands, like, let me see here, you want, done, okay, done, wait a minute, done. Shoot, everything on this list is done. That's right, just give it to us now. All right. And shoot, it didn't even take, well, actually, it was the day before. I need my phone, honey, because I got to read the rest of, and it was the day before that Allah told them, we're going to give you what you've been asking for, doggone it. Anyways, let's finish this and call it a night, because I still have work to do until 2 in the morning. And let's see, where did we leave off? Looks like it's... Nope, that ain't it. Oh, here we go. I think I left out. What is very interesting is that they are now showing this on television. And in my opinion, it is to calm down the citizens, because when they were marching yesterday, they knew what the government had told them. They carried it in their minds that they were going to be receiving the lower dinams. And he said, it's on all the news stations locally, 12 huge trucks. I said, the pictures and the description are next to the citizens. That is the process. The momentum Eddie sees this, the moment Eddie sees this, get as many pictures as you can. And then I asked later, does the television and the CBI explain what is in the trucks? And they replied, they're just saying that they're transferring funds from the green zone. That's their explanation. Yeah, but they also know, because they know what was promised to them. And then I said, he says, no, they're just saying that they're transferring funds from the green zone. That's their explanation. And I said, funds? Oh my God, you didn't tell me that. Dear God, transferring funds. Then he says, well, they're not saying how much, but they are saying that they're transferring funds. I said, I don't give a Shiite. There is not enough banks in the green zone to require 12 giant armored trucks. It's pretty obvious, isn't it? And then I said, I'll tell you what, praise God. Let me know if he sends anything more. Thank you so much, Neil. I am forever in debt to the both of you for helping our KTFA family. He says, looks that way. Eddie says, reason they say is unstable area with protesters. Eddie is saying that they're saying that Allah is saying that we're moving these funds because of the protesters. It's unsafe. No bull. Anyways,
Yeah, and then he says, "Yes, sir, brother. Waiting on him now to call me back." And then I said, "Tell Eddie what the holy man did worked, even though the CBI was going to do this because the governor announced it before the demonstrations. But regardless, to see these 12 monsters moving and with a little hint of what they are doing, in my opinion, is to calm the masses." Thank you, Neil. Take care, my friend. Talk to you soon, I hope. Yes, sir. And that's it. I don't know. But every day, every conference call, dang, they make me look good, don't they? Anybody could do what I do. You just had to be professional about it, and establish a network. Of course, you have to have probably had some experience in doing something like that. Military teaches that. Organized sports teaches that. A football team consists of 11 men, but in reality, it's just one purpose. Fascinating what's going on. Absolutely fascinating. We just had to get somebody else? Really?
No, it's a mistake.
I was going to say, C.S. Hesman, my buddy, said something bad. I'll say one last thing, but before I do, as much as I told you I didn't want to talk about politics, and I guess, we won't waste too much time, because in all honesty, this study of ours, it's toast. Might as well just put a slab of butter on it. Here's what I'll do. In the next 15 minutes, let me help you, Tink. Find me 5 questions. Family, I answer questions to my team chat, premium, inside of ktfalways.com. That's my forum, ktfalways.com. My name is Frank. My phone number is 419-283-2552. If I can help you in any way, I'm here for you. But it's very rare that people vote against prosperity. It's rare. I don't think I've ever seen anybody vote against prosperity. I wish that my Congress would get back to work. I wish that Nancy P. and Adam Schiffler, whatever his name is, would just let go of their vengeance. 2 years. They spent over $60 million on the Russian investigation, and they got squat. They're spending millions more to try to remove President Trump, and they're going to get squashed. Because they are literally confessing to themselves and to the world that we need to lie about everything we're saying. We need to make up things left and right. We need to change the rules. We rewrote what a whistleblower was all about. We need to No, you know what you need to do? You need to defeat Donald Trump in 2020. We can't. That's why we're trying to defeat him now. That's illogical. And that's against my Constitution that you are pretending that you're protecting. Funny, you're accusing Donald Trump of what your guy did. And there's no proof that Donald Trump did it because I read the transcript, but there's a lot of proof that your boy did. And your boy brags about it. Yeah, I called him up and I said, you better fire his. Yeah, and he did, yeah. Son of a bitch. I mean, really? No, that's what he said. That's a quote. That's a quote from the leader, a man that wants to be the leader of the United States of America. Okay. brags about the fact that he used pro quo to threaten the leader of another nation. And yet, ironically enough, I'm telling you, so you don't want to impeach him. You don't want to impeach him. Take 1 year. It'll take a year probably to impeach him. Heck, in 2 years, you could beat him, but you know you can't. And we, the citizens, have to suffer for it. Our economy is so strong. I've never seen anybody vote against prosperity. Except you, Nancy P. American voters, Nancy P., American voters are not your zombie puppets. We're watching everything. We can see your double talking. We can see what you say. We can see the insanity. We're breaking records left and right, not only historically, but globally. And you're so angry about it. They couldn't make a soap opera better than this. As the stomach turns of the Democrats. And I know it's not of the Democrats. It's not of the Democrats. It's of you, Nancy P. Okay. Did you see Trump and the ambassador from Finland today? They both talk. And when it's over, question. It was all about this BS. Trump forced the reporters, ask this Finland guy a question. Be nice, man. Be polite, doggone it. I will admit, Trump talks the way I would talk. Very frank. Very frank. Very straightforward. No horsing around. No, let me not step on your toes. I'll stomp on your foot if I have to. Listen and let's get this done. And that's how it all happened, remember? My first post on the internet. Excuse me, of all the atoms that make up your body, which one of them is so angry at a man that's made in the image of God that you would curse at him? And he said to me, "Oh, a holy roller, Mr. Holy Roller. If I slapped you in one cheek, can I slap you in the other cheek?" And I was surprised, and I responded the way I normally would. So I said, "Mr. So-and-so, if you slap me in one cheek, it would be because you had the advantage. But if you attempt to slap me in the other cheek, I promise you, I would knock every teeth out of your mouth before you had a chance." Yeah, I don't mess around, and I don't see Trump doing that either. Alrighty, I think that's enough. Let's get some questions. Let's help them out. Let's get 5 questions. Go for it, Tink.
The first one, in your opinion, what part of this process they are going through now, does it make sense for the rate to be lifted by the CBI?
I don't know. That's what? Do you understand the question, Tink?
No.
Try it again.
In your opinion.
Okay, I know that part. They want something from me.
Of this process that they're going through.
Wait. What part of this process? Well, this process right now is to introduce the lower denoms and to move the lower denoms. So far, that's what okay, continue.
Does it make sense for the rate to be lifted by the CBI?
Well, of course it makes sense to be. Oh, Jan, that's not question number 1. Go. Yes, it makes. Yes, that's what they have to do.
Before Article 8 is complete.
Are we going to have an RI before Article 8 is complete? That's not a question. I'm sorry. I'm not going to answer questions that, in all honesty, family, what kind of question is that? Next question.
Is the dinar with Saddam on it valuable, or will it become so at some other time?
The Swiss note? The Saddam Swiss note? Line your toilet bowl with it. It's worthless. I don't even think that it'll be anything worth valued 100 years from now as a collector item. Who cares? This was a tyrant. How many Nazi Hitler currencies do you see Next question. That's question number 1.
Do you think we will see an announcement regarding the remaining files, curbs, formation of GOI, etc. before the RI?
What?
Do you think we'll see an announcement regarding the remaining files, the curbs, formation of GOI, etc.?
Before the RI?
Yes.
Well, those things have been ironed out. Kurdistan is being paid left and right by the GOI. They got no complaints. And if there is, it's a bunch of fake news. Kurdistan is extremely pleased right now. Erbil is extremely pleased. Well, same thing. They're very extremely happy with what's going on with their relationship. I know there was an article that came out and then they said that, well, Kurdistan hasn't sent their part of their oil yet because they hadn't been paid yet. They just recently got paid, so the oil's coming. The media will take anything and a spark and try to create the power of the sun from it. No, no, no. And that's the problem with the media. They scandalize because they have to. You know how boring it is to read a newspaper or to read an article? Anyways, so I hope I answered the question. Next question. That's 2.
Let's see. I tracked back to when the Visa exchange rate has been asked for nearly 1-to-1 with the dollar, and it was from the 6th of May 2019. In your opinion, what does this date mean to you, and why have they been asking for this for 5 months without a rate change?
Oh my God. Where's that question, John?
Right here.
You can- First of all, the question is too long. Second of all, the question just runs on. Try to read the question again, slowly.
I tracked back to when the Visa exchange rate has been asking for nearly 1-to-1 with the dollar. It was the 6th of May 2019. In your opinion, what does this date mean to you, and why have they been asking for this for 5 months without a rate change?
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. I'm tired. Positioning, that's all. The Visa card made their announcement that they were going to be entering Iraq, and boom, it was used quickly. The key card got replaced by the MasterCard. Visa will follow just as well. It's just positioning. Go to XE counter site, I think, and down at the bottom it says something like the Iraqi dinar is going through a redenomination. Yeah, I know. So Visa, yeah, we're part of it. We're there, 1-to-1, because that's the only way that they're going to be able to use the Visa card and the MasterCard when it's international at an international rate of 1-to-1 when they're Article 8. Now, Visa and MasterCard, no. So right now, MasterCard is only used internally, but it's been set up with the citizens linked up to go externally. You can wire, you can transfer, you can use this card here. So what does May the 6th mean to May the 6th? Nothing. But what MasterCard and Visa, the mother hen nest in Iraq, and she's laying a bunch of eggs there, right? Yeah, but the date means nothing to me. It's just been that way since then, waiting for what? What you're waiting for. Change the rate, doggone it. And it'll be 1-to-1 internally. Everybody knows that. You see, I already keep saying that. There's an example. Everybody knows that. That's 3. Next question.
So the CBI will show the lower denoms through the media, then hand them to them through the bank,
So the CBI will show the lower denoms
through the media.
through the media?
Yeah, they're gonna show it.
No, not. I wouldn't say through the media. The CBI will show the lower denoms through themselves. The media will be watching. The media will say some things. The media can go and fly a kite for all I care because they don't know anything. They exaggerate. So what I'm going to do, I sound like Trump, don't I? And I don't mean to be writing his shirt tail, but yeah. And I love what he said. It's not fake news. It's corrupt news from now on. No, the CBI will tell the citizens. The CBI will print the photographs. The CBI will have the meetings. Come on in, let us teach you more. The CBI will have representatives from the CBI at these banks explaining and answering the questions to the people. Next question.
Do you think Trump will remove sanctions?
That was question number 4, by the way. This must be the last question, I guess. Go ahead.
Lost it.
Oh, you have one more? Okay, it's okay, go ahead.
find it, it just don't. I think it said, will Trump remove sanctions against Iran before the RI?
Heck no. Funny you bring that up. What I tell you, every day Iran lies. What was it today that happened? Oh God, Tank, can you remember what I
They were willing to work the Americas.
Okay, no. Rumors. Rumors. Okay, first it's no, we don't talk. Then it was the next day it was we talk if they remove sanctions. Ah, you liar! Now you do it. No. Then the next thing, what was it? We removed 4 zeros from our exchange rate. Yeah, because that's what Trump wants you to do. No, we didn't do it for Trump. Yeah, you did, you stupid. Yeah, you did. You want to talk? And then today, what's his name? The holy man from Iran. I forget his name, but the holy man for the Ayatollah, whatever. He says. There are rumors. Rumors? Would you start? No, I didn't. No, I didn't start. No. What? What rumor? From the European theater, there are some countries. There are some countries that are. They don't want the sanctions that we have on us. Yeah. There are rumors that there are some countries that are against what Donald Trump is doing against us. No. Nice try. Let me see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 things you've come up with to try to talk to Donald Trump. Ain't nobody want to talk to you. They said these European countries don't like what's going on, and they want us to talk to Donald Trump. No, you're finding every way. The next thing you're going to do you're going to cause trouble in your own country, which will cause us to look over there. Anyways, that's it. I hope you had a good time. I'm exhausted, and you all take care. God bless you. Tomorrow's Thursday. What if I didn't do a UB2B tomorrow? Would that be okay? Do you mind? Do you know how big tomorrow is going to be with our teams and the information that will come in? So, let me think about it, okay? Nah, I'm not trying to tease anybody. What I'm saying is that what I am looking for, if you do not see it tomorrow, it might be best just to wait until Saturday, huh? Let's see what happens tomorrow. But it's usually around 7:30 that I come on with our YouTube. I won't make it this long, I promise. I'm sorry. Y'all take care of each other, okay? Aloha. Ahui ho until tomorrow night, maybe. We'll see 50-50. God bless you all. Oh, wait. I always show them. Yeah, you see? It's matched. See, Hawaiian shorts.